Good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the S&P 500 for Wednesday, May 11th, 2022. Great day once again. Kind of started out a little bit on the crazy side, but everything seems to be resolved itself, and it didn't necessarily break outside of the pattern. Although it carried a little bit of potential that it possibly could have, it did not. It did intend to try to continue to hug 4,000 for a little bit, but once it broke and closed below 4,000, which does progress the count and put us closer to what I think is going to end up being the low of the minute fifth wave, and then in turn, the minor third wave. So I'm thinking the minor third wave may end up here, but ultimately, I have to be honest with you, I'm still looking for here. I think this really would make it so clean. We have a lot of areas that conjugate around 3750-ish down to 37 or 33. So, and then we have it up as high as just right at just below 3,800. So 3873 could do the trick. And again, I will be paying close attention to the hourly chart just to see if I can still do the 5, and it does appear that way. So let's take a look. So outside of that, on the larger count, we're still kind of if we done with the minor 3, then we get a minor 4 bounce, which should, by the way, be larger, should be a little bit more long lasting, like maybe it'll be a day or two, or or it could be a sideways move into next week. There's a lot of talk because we're going to have this lack of news. We're going, towards Memorial Day, and next week might be a light week, blah, 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 blah. If the market rallies, it's going to be in a minor fourth wave, in my opinion. In the S&P, it would be a minor fourth wave. Not looking for a trend change, but I am and would be looking for a fairly decent bounce up, certainly back above 4,000 and likely up towards 41 or even higher. But once I get a low, I'll be able to put in Fibonacci retracements, and then we will get a very clear idea of where it should go. So again, looking for the completion of the minute fifth wave and in turn, the minor third wave. So let's go down to that hourly chart and see how that all fits in. So here's the 4, we're into the 5. I believe this is minute subminute wave 1, subminute wave 2, then again subminute wave 3, subminute wave 4, and now we're in the subminute wave 5, which is subdividing massively. And then we have the 1 and a 2, and again 1, 2, and then that 3 and a 4 and a 5. So I still think we carry some pretty strong potential that by the time all of this unwinds, we will be down here. We will be down towards 3751. So we'll break below that level and then break for this level. And that still could just be the minute 5 to complete that minor third. So we still run. This is actually the zone. And I know it's a big zone, but the market has been moving at a fair clip to the downside. So, everything's fair game right now. In any case, rallies from here, I think, should continue to be light. But you know what? Oh, come on, give me a break with this. The rallies have been a little bit stronger than I would anticipate. They're not breaking any rules. And they get totally swamped and taken care of. But still, again, not trend changing. So when I see it happen, it's not trend changing. So where I'm coming from is you get short, and the next thing you know, you're down $1,000 or $2,000 because the buyers just kind of flooded in and had to think they were grabbing the low. So it's new money coming in, and it's coming in, I think, via the funds, and I think it could be 401k. It doesn't make any difference, but there is money coming into the market. And when it does, it just gets pushed the buy button and it just flies. Now, that's just the nature of the volatility because we have it going in both directions. So, for example, this morning we get the CPI number and it totally just wipes out the entire Globex rally, just takes it right back down and creates a slight new low Next bar, we open and they run it. They run it back above 4,000 as if they're going to head for 4,071. And then it's rejected again. And for the balance of the day, they just keep going to new lows. But these little rallies were strong when in terms of the points. So like this one, 38. Yeah, it's a 50 point rally in the S&P. Pretty nice. So for tomorrow, I'm going to continue to look for the moving averages now. And I'm again on the hourly chart, but I'd look for the moving averages to begin to fill in the blanks and where resistance should be found. I mean, this is support coming off. It'll be resistance going back. So we have some resistance at these levels, but notice where they're really all lining up pretty close to the moving averages. So the first up is the 4, then we have the 8, then we have the 20, then we have the 50. And I'm not looking. These should be smaller here until we get down, put the lows in, and then, bam, do a larger rally. But right now, the subdivisions have got to kind of slow down and stop before so that this wave can complete. Because we can't continue just to get these and then have to have that all sold off again and get them to come back in and buy it and all. But eventually, that'll stop. So tomorrow, I'm going to continue to look for downside, but it'll be a mixed picture in terms of there will be buyers, there will be moments of buying, we'll get these sudden bursts, and then there will be selling, and there'll be moments of sudden downbursts. So all in all, we have continued support at 39.15, 38.73. First click could happen right there, but continued lower. We have 38.26, 3,800, I'm going to call it, and then that little zone, 37.51, 37.34. That's the area. And that's actually where I do think we're going to get. It would sit so perfectly to watch it and actually come in at 1.618 because that fits. And have them do it finally would be great. I would be much more satisfied and much more eager to step in as a buyer should it occur. All right, I'm going to leave it there and pay attention again to those moving averages, and they're all pointing lower very nicely in line, in alignment. And we do have all the charts in alignment for this to continue. And our next update will be on Thursday, May the 12th.